If only these trees soaring toward today's sky could talk. They'd tell stories of their old friends, Native Americans and early settlers from hundreds of years ago, treading softly on this virtually untouched ground. These living ancestors would tell us about the life they've supported and the protection their thick, spreading limbs have offered. A canopy of comfort for those underneath.
The feature of the old-growth forest, of course, is that it's somewhere with trees usually around 150 to 200 years old plus, and has not had the heavy hand of humanity placed upon it.
John Noel is walking these woods, now a state natural area named for him.
I mean, this is living history. We actually are standing right now in something that is more alive than were the forefathers that signed the Constitution of the United States. Everything that's standing here was standing then.
He saved these silent sentinels from being timbered at the last minute on the advice of a shocked friend.
And he saw it. He said, "I've never seen anything like this in my 50 years of cruising timber." He said, "This is amazing." He said, "There are white oak trees here. I've never seen this size in my life." And he's walked woods, you know, for a long time. This is probably the granddaddy of the forest, or grandmother of the forest. And it is a white oak tree. And I find it always to be quite unique to experience something of this nature where you can feel like something is that old. What else in the United States do you know of that is 400 years old that's living?
This is not only a place of beauty, but a place of exploration for folks today and those to come. A fact that's very important to those working to preserve the land.
Tennessee, there are more species of trees than there are in the entirety of Europe. And this particular little woods contains many of them.
We're probably the last generation that's going to have an opportunity to protect any really meaningful areas of natural areas. They're being split up, they're being fragmented, they're being sold off, being developed, they're being lost.
Within the borders of our state, there are hundreds of thousands of acres of pristine wilderness, some of which, like this area on the Cumberland Plateau, has been set aside for preservation.
The conservation of places like the Cumberland Plateau, I think, is important for even people that aren't able to get out and enjoy it for a lot of different reasons. They're important to all of us, and I think they're important to future generations. They are part of a natural, God-given legacy, and I think we all share the responsibility to steward that legacy for whatever reason, whether it's a religious reason or just understanding the value of functioning natural areas and what they mean to us as humans.
But there are many other tracts of land, like these woods once were, that are threatened by man's unending quest for more of everything. This 35-acre forest is indeed very special to John Noel, but so are the many places he visits around the world in the name of conservation. John and his wife, Melinda Welton, travel to distant lands such as Greenland.
It's the largest island in the world, about the size of Mexico. 96% of it is ice, and that ice is melting very rapidly.
Fact-finding trips have taken them to the foot of a volcano in Ecuador and to other remote areas of South America. The geography might be different, but the need they see is the same. Whether it's John Noel, the Nature Conservancy, a patch of forest in the Amazon, or 35 acres in Middle Tennessee, the message is clear. No one is making new land. We have what we have, and that's all.
I think we all grew up with the idea that there was plenty of forest, there was always plenty of water, there was always plenty of ag land. And as we have used up a lot of those resources, I think we're coming to the realization that there isn't an endless supply.
Making it even more important to protect the land that we have and what lives on it. It all begins, as they would tell us, in our own backyard. I'm Alan Griggs on Tennessee's Wild Side.